What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Rob here with Arcade Motorsports. Welcome to part 5 of the wrecked R1 rebuild. This bike will be finished by the end of this video, so be sure to stick around to the end and see how this thing looks. Let's get started. Alright guys, so we're getting a little bit farther on this bike, starting to get it back together. Now I do want to address something with the runability of this bike. It does run, however when I go to give it throttle it kind of sputters, and then dies out. I'll show you guys what I mean. So I give it a little bit of throttle, it kind of sputters, and then cuts out. So I think what I need to do is just go right ahead and change all of these spark plugs out. We already learned our lesson the first time with our GSXR 600 rebuild. I got the bike back together, got it ready to ride, and then I found out that it was misfiring on one because of a bad spark plug. I don't want to have to run into that on this, so I am going to change all these spark plugs out. So let's take the old ones out so we can get some new ones back in there. Alright guys, I got those new spark plugs in. Unfortunately, it did not solve our problem. It's still doing the same thing. I give it gas and it dies instantly. I searched on some forums online and there was one guy that said, check your fuel pump because I guess there's this little plastic retaining piece right in here that pushes down into this little slot on the fuel pump housing unit. And when I took apart the pump that was in the tank, that piece was actually not seated properly. So let's take a look at this now. This thing fires right up. Now Now that right there is what we're talking about. That is super responsive. Now we can move forward with the rest of this bike. All right, so we got these nice painted side covers on. We've got the engine filled with oil. We got the rear wheel back on. Now this is a new rear rim. Our old one is over there. I'll put a little clip of that one on the balancing stand. That one was super wobbly. This one, I got a little clip right here of this one on the balancing stand. This one is nice, true, and straight. I know that was a big concern of a lot of people were commenting, you know, whether I was gonna change that out or not. I did decide to do that just for safety reasons. So we got a brand new rear rim on there. That's all assembled, got the chain back on. This thing's looking nice and clean with that chain. Also got that nice little new side cover over here, and I did a couple other little things. Now let's move on with getting these fairings opened so we can get these things on this bike. All right, guys, we got a brand new set of fairings from Auctmarts for this 2004 R1. Again, I've been using Auctmarts for years. If you guys are interested in getting your own set of fairings from Auctmarts, if you do that, be sure to use promo code RKMotorsports at checkout, and that'll save you some money off the top when you order a fairing kit from them. The paint quality is on point, always with a nice high gloss clear over top, depending on which kit you get. Be sure to check out Auctmarts.com, and let's get these fairings back on this bike. All right, guys, we finally got this bike all back together. Now, this set of fairings literally took me the last 2 days to install, Saturday and Sunday. Today's Sunday. I'm working on getting this video out for you guys on Monday morning. So here we go with the fairings. Honestly, I'm very happy with how these fairings matched up with the tank. There is slight differences in the colors between the two, but honestly, it's really nice. We've got all of these things back together on it. We got our new Micron exhaust. This was a used exhaust that I got from a buddy of mine. He hooked me up with that. Everything's a little dirty. We got smudges and stuff. I literally just finished putting the bike back together. So I am gonna clean it up a little bit. Now, unfortunately, it is the middle of winter, so I cannot take this thing for a test ride because there is snow on the ground outside. We've got our new grips on there. Now, I did end up going with our OEM style levers. I ended up having a brand new set kicking around from another bike. There we go, 25,239 miles on this thing. Let's start it up. Let's see how this thing sounds. This thing's sounding super nice. Nice and mellow. I gotta say the Micron exhaust is probably a nice, real mellow, kind of a deep tone, but it sounds super nice on this bike. And one last thing that I want to mention on this bike, I do know that there are no mirrors on this bike at the moment. That's because I thought I ordered them, but unfortunately they got lost somewhere. So I am ordering new mirrors for this bike. They will be installed. And this bike actually will be for sale here in the next few weeks. So be sure to check out my Facebook page. I'll have that in the link description down below if you guys are interested in possibly purchasing any of my bikes. So I will have another follow-up video to this, giving a review, get some shots of it from outside, and I'll give you guys a better look at how this thing looks out in the daytime, because unfortunately it is nighttime right now. So Rob here with RK Motorsports signing out. I appreciate you guys watching, following this series, and until next time, I will catch you guys on the next bike rebuild. Peace out.